Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account. Yeah, in my bank account.
Hey guys, what is going on? This is Apple Advisor here. And yeah, it's been a long time. So long I grew out my beard. Just kidding guys. So anyways, first off I want to say Happy New Year. It's 2018. No, I didn't really intentionally want to make a video today, but I just thought, what if I want to do a video? So, what's it called? There's a few things I want to talk about. One thing is the lawsuits on Apple. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh no, is Apple gonna fall apart? Is it gonna close? No, not even close. All these lawsuits that you see, they're very minimal, and it's not gonna bring Apple down. No. Especially with this problem, it's not. So, what is the problem? So, Apple has, released to the public that they were trying to slow down phones. Now, what type of phones? iPhone 6s and under. Pretty much any phone, iPhone 6s or this and below. So, me personally, yeah, some of you guys might be upset because you have an old phone and it is having problems. Me, I had this phone, and yes, it was giving me the same problems as what this is saying. But really, two things are in fault: software and battery. So, any phone that you'll see nowadays, the sad thing is, we're not in a generation where the battery of a phone is unlimited. It's actually limited. No phone will ever have a battery right now that lasts a long time, which is a sad thing. But technology now is coming to that point where we're trying to figure out a way how we can have an unlimited battery. But right now we're not in that stage. So any phone can have this same problem, but they don't want to admit it, They don't want to say that, oh, we're slowing down your phone so that way you could upgrade. Any company is doing that right now. Think about it. Samsung's doing it. Places like that. But they're not admitting to it, unlike Apple. So that's pretty much a rundown of what this is. And the thing about it is, Apple has fixed a solution. You can go to an Apple store right now. Normally, it used to be from $50 to $79 to replace a battery. Now they dropped the price to $29 for iPhone 6 or later. So not 6s, but still, iPhone 6 and later. So any phone like this and below, you can go to Apple and you can replace the battery for $29. Also, Apple's trying to create an update, iOS 11.3, that will fix a problem that iPhones have been, it should have had for a long time, where you could see how long your phone will last until you either need to replace the battery or the phone's not good at all anymore. And most of you've had either a new phone or a used phone. Me, this phone has passed down to 3 generations. 3 other people owned this phone. And so that makes it 3 years old. So anyways, normally Apple says after 3 years, products start to go down, and that's when you need to start upgrading. That's with anything. So that's pretty much what this is saying. No, Apple's not being bankrupt. It's never gonna fade away, trust me. So many people have iPhones now. It's dominating the rest of the other companies trying to compete with it. So just this little problem that they're having, they are fixing it, and you should not be worried about it. The only reason if you should be worried about it is if you have a phone like this. But if you go to Apple, they'll replace the battery for you, and it should be almost as new. So anyways, that was the first thing I wanted to talk about. Now, there's some people that want a new computer, and they're looking to Apple because they probably have an iPad, they probably have a phone, so might as well, get a computer to match with everything. I mean, that's what I have. I have an iPhone 8 Plus, an iPad, an Apple Watch, a computer. Like, it's all synced together, it's combined, because it's all from Apple. Apple's idea is everything works together, Oh, and don't forget the Apple TV. But anyways, there's so many computers, you don't know what to choose from. Well, this is what my thoughts are on these computers. And yes, I do have a MacBook Pro 2015 edition, 13-inch MacBook Pro. And yes, it isn't being sold unless you get pre-owned. It's not being sold. But now there's 2 new computers, and then one that's kind of the same like the MacBook Pro, which is the MacBook Air. I'll compare right now the MacBook Air between the MacBook Pro. Go down here, compare. And you could do this also on your iPad or phone. You could go to the Apple website and compare. But right now, I'm just showing you a standard MacBook Pro 13-inch compared with the MacBook Air 13-inch. So some differences. One, yes, the MacBook Air is older and has not been refreshed lately, but it does have some things that a MacBook Pro does not have. One, USB ports. It has 2 of them. Just like how mine has one here, one HDMI, one SD card slot, and then here it has headphone jack, microphone, USB, 2 Thunderbolts, and a MagSafe. So think about the MacBook Air as what this kind of is, except the MacBook Air isn't as good as what this is, So, one thing is for sure, it does have 2 USB ports, but what the MacBook Pro has is called USB-C power port, which is what they got rid of was MagSafe. What MagSafe does is just in case if you trip over the wire, it'll snap. It wouldn't snap your computer apart. Well, here's an example. And then it's also magnetic. So it's kind of easier plugging this kind of than USB-C, because USB-C, think about it as like your phone charger. Have you ever tried tripping over have you ever tripped over your charger and your phone just flew everywhere? Well, that's the same thing that's going to happen to this if you get this kind of computer. Let's say let's say you go and you walk near it and you accidentally trip over the cable, the whole computer's going to fall. Why? Because this weighs less than what this computer does. This one weighs more than both of these. And so, yeah, it is a problem, but it's up to you if you want to get this, because this has 4 USB-C ports. So think of it as like 1, 2, 3 USB ports, but they're not in one power one. But you can power whichever one you want. So say for instance, you want to power it on this side. You could power it on this side. Or if you want to power it on this side, you can. So, but the sad thing about it, you have to get a dongle, which I'll show you what those are. While I do that, some people, they still want original USB. That is definitely what you should get, is the MacBook Air. I forgot to explain. There's 128, 256, or 512. The only difference is, for the MacBook Pro, you could get a terabyte of storage, which I don't know if you guys are going to need that or not, but it's almost like the same thing. Now, talking about if like one is faster or not, yes, the MacBook Pro will obviously be faster because it is the Pro edition, but the Air is for people that, just need a computer that you could use USB, and it has everything a MacBook Pro does other than Force Touch, and I'll explain what Force Touch is. So with the MacBook Pro, to get all these cables. So there's one like this where you could get a normal USB to HDMI and to also another USB 3, but that's $69. So not only are you going to have to get a computer, you're going to have to get a dongle if you want to use USB again, which just sucks. But this is what I meant by Force Touch. And the normal one has only multi-touch. So you hover your mouse or your trackpad over something, you hold on it. Oh, well, there's not going to be anything. Let's see multi-port. So it could search something for you just by clicking on it. Also with pictures, you could do the same thing. You hold on it, and you could see the picture better. Or, if you want, you could use space, and it does the same thing. So, what else? Oh, I forgot to show you the MacBook against this. So, and I forgot to mention, this is the only color you can get with the MacBook Air. With the MacBook Pro, you could get silver, which is, let me zoom in, which is this color, or you could get space gray. But this one, on the other hand, has gold, rose gold, silver, and then space gray. And the one thing that I like about Apple computers, which the MacBook Air can do just like mine, the glowing Apple logo. That's what I kind of like about this computer. It's now one of the computers, well, the MacBook Air is the only computer now you could get from Apple that has a glowing logo. And Apple's the only one that has a glowing logo right there. But nowadays, they don't have it anymore. Which kind of sucks, because that was one cool thing about an Apple computer that no other computer has. Also, MagSafe. That was two things, actually. So anyways, these are the specifications. I wouldn't care about weight, to be honest, because nowadays computers are very, very, very light compared to the old ones. Especially like this one. Even though this is 2015, it's heavier compared to like a computer now. This one also only has USB-C. And I forgot to mention, the MacBook Pro does have headphone jack, and all these computers still have headphone jacks, just in case you wanted to know. What else? This MacBook, the normal one, has Force Touch, which is just like my computer in the MacBook Pro nowadays. And this one still only has multi-touch, which is, you can't force touch, If you're talking about noise, if you guys hate the noise, a MacBook Pro or a MacBook is good because they do not have a fan. Or, like, they have a fan, but it doesn't make noise, you know? This MacBook that I have, the MacBook Pro, and the MacBook Air, they do make noise because they do have a big, loud fan. Which is actually right here. Oops, this fell. But it's right in this area. So, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, nothing's happening with Apple. It's not leaving anytime soon. And let's see, verse of the day. And computer-wise, me personally, if I wanted to get a computer thinking that I still need a USB port, I would get the MacBook Air. But if you don't need it, then you should get the MacBook Pro. Me personally, the MacBook, I don't really like it. I mean, I only like it because of the colors. But other than that, I don't think the MacBook is worth it as much as the Air or the Pro. So this is the verse of the day. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone, the new is here. And by the way, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but I did make a review on this computer and doing a review of it. I will leave it in the link of the description. This was like my first video on my old Lapis Bucket channel, which didn't work out, so I just made normal Lapis Bucket, which I'll link those two in the description also, both that video and my Lapis Bucket channel. But I haven't made a video on that yet. I will soon, if you guys were thinking about that. And it is spelled exactly just like how it's on the screen. Lapis Bucket. Just one capital, no spaces at all. And thank you guys for watching. And yeah, Happy New Year. Hopefully this year is gonna be good. And yeah, see you guys.